Good morning, students. We'll continue with History Chapter 4, the Mughal Empire. Today we're going to talk about Shah Jahan, who is also known as Prince Khurram. The Deccan policy of Shah Jahan. It is said that under Shah Jahan, the Deccan policy of the Mughals, it had a new phase. Shah Jahan had annexed Ahmednagar, Daulatabad, and he had also forced the rulers of Bijapur and Golconda to accept his supremacy. It is said that the Bundelas were defeated and the Orcas seized, and in the northwest the campaigns to seize Balkh from the Uzbeks in 1657 to 1658, there was a conflict over succession amongst Shah Jahan's sons. There were 4 sons. They have the succession policy is compulsory that the property was to be divided equally. So, Shah Jahan wanted his son Dara Shikoh to become the ruler, but Aurangzeb, when they were all fighting, Aurangzeb was victorious and he killed all his 3 brothers, including Dara Shikoh. And Shah Jahan was imprisoned for the rest of his life in Agra, it is said. And it is said that according to the books, it is said that it is in 1636 he retired to Agra and appointed Aurangzeb as the governor of Deccan. Main features of Shah Jahan's period: the Mughal Empire reached its greatest prosperity during the reign of Shah Jahan. He was popularly known as Engineer King. His ministers were very, very efficient. He was able to increase the magnificence of the court, and he used to give patronage to the craftspersons, to the artisans, and poetry, painting, astronomy, dance, music, medicine, mathematics, they all flourished under his period, under his reign, under his rule. Then we'll talk about Aurangzeb, who was known as Muhyiddin Muhammad. Before talking about the religious policy of Aurangzeb, let's see what happened. He was a ruler from 1658 to 1707. He died in 1707. In the northeast, the Ahoms, it is said, were defeated in 1663, but they again rebelled. Campaigns against the Maratha chieftain Shivaji were initially successful, but Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra and declared himself as an independent king, and he resumed his campaigns against the Mughals. Even his son, Prince Akbar, he rebelled against Aurangzeb, and he received support from the Marathas in the Deccan Sultanate, and he had finally fled to Safavid, that is Iran. After Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies against the Deccan Sultanates, and Bijapur was annexed and Golconda was annexed. Bijapur was annexed in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. And after that, he personally managed his campaigns in the Deccan against the Marathas, who had started the guerrilla warfare. Aurangzeb also had to face a rebellion in the North India of the Sikhs, the Jars, the Satnamis, and in the northeast of Ahoms, and in the Deccan, the Marathas. His death was followed by a succession of conflict amongst his sons. Like he had conflicted, he had a war for succession, his sons also did the same thing. Now we come to the religious policy of Aurangzeb. He was a Muslim fanatic, he opposed religious tolerance, he discontinued the practice of inscribing the kalma on the coins, and he abolished the celebration of New Year. This is the picture of Akbar and Aurangzeb. Religious policy of Akbar and Aurangzeb. Akbar was a religious tolerant. He used to respect all the religions. He had started Deen-e-Ilahi. He did many welfare works for people belonging to all religions. Whereas Aurangzeb, he was a religious intolerant. He was a staunch Muslim. He had forced Hindus Now, factors responsible for the decline of Mughal Empire: the religious intolerance of Aurangzeb. The Mughals did not have any rule of succession, that is, it was coparcenary. It was not primogeniture that the eldest son succeeded. Weak and insufficient successors of Aurangzeb, corrupt officials, heavy burden of land revenue, the nobles, the Marsabdabs, they became very powerful. They became more powerful than the central authority. The Europeans were the rising power in the world at that time, so that was also the reason for the decline of Mughal Empire. And Aurangzeb had remained in Deccan for almost 20 years, which gave opportunity to the governors to establish their independent states. Now the questionnaire: who became the next Mughal emperor after Shah Jahan? Second is give two differences between the religious policies of Akbar and Aurangzeb. Third, give two factors responsible for the decline of Mughal Empire and who was popularly known as Engineer King. Thank you.